Welcome back to Cockburn Ice Arena, folks. Hockey fans from across Australia, maybe even around the world. We're not sure. Late in the day, things get a bit crazy around here. This is Chris Langell bringing you the play-by-play. This game between Victoria and WA for the 2025 GINSBERG Under 13 National Championship. And the WA team, the home team designated for the game, they'll defend the goal to our right. Victoria, the goal to our left. We'll introduce the visiting side first. Victoria, number 1, Colby Smith in goal. Julian Baumgartner, we saw him play this morning, an exceptional game. Cohen Freeman, number 4. Will Giles, number 5. Max Gargano, number 7. Jack Dillon, number 8. Number 13, Essence Wishart. Number 16, Archie Robertson. Number 23, Dmitry Kocherin. Number 24, Billy Lichter. Number 32, Jacques Kai. Number 37, Marcus Sand. The captain, number 72, Alfie Webster. 73, Parker Barnes. Number 77, Marcel Rosa. Number 78, Christian Borg. Number 81, George Humke. Number 85, Max Dosser. Number 88, Enzo Bonato, the alternate captain. Number 96, Jack Zhang. Head coach, James Galdes. Assistant coaches, Giancarlo Bonato and Josh Page. And team manager, Katie Ryan. For Team WA, Kai Williams, the alternate captain, number 6. Number 7, Wes Bavin. Number 8, Rowan McNamara. Number 9, Corbin Barber, alternate captain. Number 11, Wayne Yo. Number 12, Kylie Scrow. Number 13, the captain for WA. And that is, I got my phonetic spelling here somewhere. I need that. Where did I put my phonetic spelling? Because I had it right. I did have it right. Honestly, I did. Pekino. Hey? Not according to his father. Okay. Pekino, the captain. Reggie Bowers, number 15. Elijah Wu, number 17. Number 33, Amaya Farrell. Number 55, Harrison Buderick. Number 61, Hyson Huang. Number 66, Timothy Wang. Number 71, Quinn Franklin. Number 77, Ezra Poe. 91, Morris Liu. Number 34, the goaltender, Anderson Magro. Number 88, Ben Smith. The coaches, Paul Graham, assistant coach, Darren Coach, and Finley Gordon, team manager, Taryn Barber. The officials for today's game, referee Luke Power, assisted on the lines by Martin Wheatley and Jameson Harris for this evening tilt between Victoria and WA. So we get set for the opening face-off. The pucks are collected. Waiting for the opening face-off to set up. Split screen. Cassandra Edwards shows us that proudly. New innovations every time I look at that screen. As the teams head to their benches, number 34 in goal, Anderson Magro for WA. And number 1 for Victoria, Kobe Smith. As the teams line up at center ice, ready for this opening draw. Should be a good one. Victoria and WA both with wins so far. Off the opening draw, in comes Victoria, fired, deflected, wide of the goal. Picked up behind the goal, out to number 66. Can't get it out over the blue line. Off the skate of number 71, Quinn Franklin. Back into the zone, out to the front of the net. Just deflected past the outstretched stick of number 5 to the blue line. New South Wales, that was the last game. Victoria on the attack. In behind the goal, 55, Harrison Buderick gets it over to the other side, but picked off by Victoria. Buderick puts a light bump on his man behind the goal. Puck comes to the front, into the slot. Back comes WA on the rush, 3-on-2. That's number 91, Lou. He goes over the blue line, cuts it back to the net, wide in the backhand, and that comes out almost to the blue line. Back comes Victoria. That's number 37, Marcus Sandy, the captain. Gets it in deep to the slot. And number 8, Jack Dillon couldn't get it. Back behind the goal it goes. Back to the blue line to number 78 for Victoria. Christian Borg, he gets a shot wide behind the goal. Back comes WA, breaking out, chips the puck out to the blue line. The captain gets it into the blue line. Back into the corner it goes. Behind the goal. Back to the blue line. Number 16 backhands it to the side of the net. And goaltender Magro has seen enough. Freezes it for a stoppage. Puck deep in the Western Australian zone. Face-off win back to the blue line. Hard shot deflected right on goal. As Magro had to be careful. Back to the blue line. Out comes WA. Puck gets deflected off the stick, off the pads of the Victoria defense as they pinch up at the red line. Puck back into the Victoria zone. D to D, out through the middle of the ice it comes. That's Robertson. He gets it up to number 8, Dillon. Bound behind the goal, back to the blue line. Fired on net, deflected in front. Magro, he can't get it. It's loose. Backhand by number 4. Freeman can't get it into the net. Back around the goal it comes to the point. Pinching number 23 for Victoria, Kucherin. Back behind it comes. WA stuck in their zone, deflected by the WA stick right on the goal. Cleared back to the blue line again, goes wide. Tries the jam play for Freeman on the post. Can't get it to go. Victoria putting a lot of pressure on. Back comes WA down the left side. Makes the move, number 7, that's Bavin. He can't get it to stay deep, and back comes Victoria. They dump it into the WA zone. That's number 61 behind the goal. Tyson Huang. Picked up by Huang up to number 9, Barber. He gets stopped at the blue line. In comes WA, fires it on net. That's Huang, number 61. Chases it down behind the goal, putting pressure on the Victoria captain. Over the blue line he goes. Kucherin back to the blue line. That's going to be kept in by number 5 at the blue line, Giles. Back into the corner. WA rims it around the boards, up onto the wing. Just kept in. Now it comes out. No, it doesn't. Kept in at the blue line. Good keep in by number 5, Giles. He fires it towards the front of the net. Deflected off into the corner by Farrell. Back behind the goal, reverses. She gets it up onto the wing. That's to number 11. He gets it off his skate. Up to number 8, or number 9 that is. Onto the boards, number 17 with it. That can't get control of it. Number 11 fires it out of the zone. That's Yao. D to D it goes. Number 5, Giles, gets it up to 96, Zhang. He takes it over the blue line, makes a move, picked off. Back comes WA. Little backhand pass over to number 8. In on goal, number 8. He's got a chance, takes the shot. That's off the toe of the goaltender for Victoria. Back into the corner it goes. Victoria trying to clear it now. In the skates of the defense. It gets knocked out to the blue line and out. Back comes Dosser. 95 or 85 over the blue line. Into the zone. Behind the goal it goes. Victoria trying to get it to the front of the net. WA trying to clear it. Off the skate of Bavin. To the red line. That's Huang. He's at the Victoria line. Keeps it in, and out it gets to number 21, I think that is. Picked up by Victoria. In on goal. Backhand goal. Oh, toe save by Magro. Back comes WA. Frantic action here as both teams trading chances. In over the blue line. WA, the rest of the team going for a change. That was the number 91. Back comes Victoria on net. Blocked by the stick of Magro. Back into the corner behind the goal. After it, Victoria and WA. Frantic action here as both teams taking chances. Back into the neutral zone. That's number 81, Lou. He gets it over the line. Into the feet of the Victoria back checker. 55, Fleming, or Buderick fires it into the zone. Back comes Victoria with it, getting possession in the neutral zone, over the blue line with the shot, right into the glove of goaltender Anderson Magro for the stoppage. Frantic action in the first 7 minutes of the period. Couple seconds tick off the clock after the whistle. Face off to the left of the goaltender. Back comes number 91 for WA. That's Lou. He loses control of it. Onto the stick of Poe. Poe gets it behind the goal. Picked up by number 17 for Victoria. Rimmed around the boards. He picks up the puck on the rebound off the boards. Takes it down the left side of the ice. Cutting to the middle. Gets the shot. Off the blocker. Good save by Magro to the front of the net. Puck is loose. Picked up by WA. They chip it back behind the goal. Victoria get control of it. Back to the blue line. Fired on goal. Deflected in front. Good stick by WA, number 71. Franklin. Out onto the ice comes Bavin. He knocks it away. In his feet. He can't get control of it. Up to Lou. Lou breaking over the blue line. That delayed offside. Bavin back on it. He gets his stick on it. Back into the zone. Number 23, Dmitry Kuchergin. Excuse me. I'm not even sure if that's right 100%, but hopefully somebody at some point this weekend will correct me. Over the blue line, takes the shot. Off the skates. Blocked. Out comes WA. They get the puck to their stick lifted. Victoria back to the middle of the ice. That's number 5. Takes the shot off the blocker. Good save again by Magro. As Victoria out shooting WA 8-0 at this stage. Back to the blue line. Again, a shot into the glove of Magro. It was going wide, so no shot on goal counts, but it was a stop for a face-off to the left. Face off to the left of the goaltender. Up the middle of the ice. Bavin, he tries to chip it ahead onto his stick. Can't get control with it. Freeman, he takes it. Scramble play. Number 16 gets it on his skates. Through the middle of the ice. Freeman to the front. Good stick by WA. And back comes the WA captain. Into the neutral zone. Back comes Dillon. He cuts across the middle of the ice and just makes the move at the blue line and puts his teammate offside. Face off outside the WA blue line. Won by WA, back into the zone, fired into the neutral zone. In on net, puck sits there for a minute, cleared to the blue line. WA just can't get control of it. Back into the zone goes Freeman, and Dylan, number 8, trapped offside. Face off at the blue line again. On comes McNamara, Yao Huang, Farrell, and number 12, Scrow for WA. Barnes, Borg, Zhang, along with number 23, again on the ice, up onto the wing to number 16, Robertson, picked off by Farrell, onto the boards, gets it loose, back to the blue line, but not out, kept in, pass across the slot, out to the blue line and into the neutral zone. Back forward is Borg. He gets it D to D, but it misses the Victoria captain. Back into the corner. Back comes Victoria, 3-on-1. Looking for an opportunity, fires a shot high over the goal, into the glove of the goaltender. Again, over the net, not on net, won't count as a shot on goal, but a save nonetheless, and a stoppage in play. Face-off will come back to the right of the goaltender. 4:44 to go in this first period. So far, Victoria dominating on the shot count. 9-0. They get it back to the front of the net. Victoria back into the middle of the ice. At the point, out comes number 11 with it. Cutting back to the middle, loses control of it. And back comes Victoria. That's number 88, Bonato. Gets it behind the goal, chasing after it. WA takes the hit, and looks like WA is going to go to the first power play of the game. As down comes WA, that's number 11, gets it past the defense. And as it's touched, the referee blows the whistle. And into the box, number 88 for Victoria, Bonato.
2-minute minor, illegal body contact.
Illegal body contact for number 8. 2 minutes in the box or less. 4 minutes to go in the period. WA goes to the power play. See if they can mount some offense. Face-off won by Victoria. Freeman can't get it back to the blue line. Does. Into the feet of Lou. Intercepted. Back comes Freeman down the ice. He overskates it. Puts himself offside. The face-off will come just outside the blue line. Set for the draw. WA overskates it. In comes Victoria. Fired wide of the net. That was number 8 with it, Dylan. He's on the forecheck. Picked up by WA. Out into the middle of the ice. Back comes WA down the ice. Down the right side, Lou. He gets over the blue line. It's after the puck into the corner. Taken away. Kuchergin, he fires it down the ice. Back for it goes Western Australia. Picking it up behind the goal. Up onto the wing. Through the middle of the ice, Lou. He gets it under control. Takes it over the blue line. Takes the shot off the pads of the Victoria defender. Back down the ice it goes. 55, Harrison Buderick after it. He gets it up onto the wing, not out of the zone. 37 for Victoria, but keeps it in. Marcus Sand, the captain, he takes it deep into the zone. 2:43 to go in the period. 40 seconds to go in the power play. Back to the front of the net. Magro has to get the pad down on that one. with 37 seconds to go in this power play. Not much of a power play at this point, as WA can't even get it into the Victoria zone and get control of it. Face off back to Magro's right. Won by WA, back into the corner, rimmed around. Bavin, he chases after it. He gets it on the skate, can't get it out of the zone. 25 seconds to go in the penalty. Back to the front of the net. Victoria, they try and chop it to the front. 13 seconds to go. Battle behind the goal. Killing off this penalty is Victoria. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, and that's it. Penalty's over. Out of the box comes Bonata. No damage done. He gets back into the play, and Victoria on the attack takes the shot. That bounces high over the net. Back behind the net. Back to the blue line. D to D, no, gets into the corner as the defense lane was cut off. Bavin, he picks it up. Down the ice he goes. He's got number 13 with him. Pequeno. Back down the ice comes number 16. Winds up for the wrist shot, and that rolls to the goaltender for a stoppage. Face off to the left of the goaltender. Won by Victoria, back on goal. Negro freezes that one again. Face-off win back to the blue line. Victoria shot on goal off the pads. Picked up by WA. Number 12 on the boards, Kaylee Scrow. Back to the middle of the ice as number 85 for Victoria. Max Dozer kicks it up onto his stick. Fires it, tries to get it across the slot. Picking it up behind the goal. WA back to Dozer. Back to the blue line, intercepted, and out comes Wayne Yao. He goes down the ice. Stick check by Jurgen. Back to the middle of the ice it goes. Victoria, they try and break out to the middle of the ice to Bonata, or Zhang. He gets it on goal. That was number 7 with the shot, Gargano. Back up onto the wing, WA struggling to get this puck out of their zone. Goser, he keeps it in. Now it comes out of the zone. Back to the D. Kochurgan, he gets taken out off the skate of number 17. No call on the play. Behind the net. Tries to get it to the front of the net. Intercepted, and that'll do it for the first period. As time expires, number 17 intercepted that play. Elijah Wu. And would have been gone if there had been enough time in the period. But time expires. So no score in that first period. Dominated statistically by Victoria. 13 shots on goal. No goals. One penalty to number 88, Bonato, for body checking at 4 minutes. Killed successfully by WA. So Victoria 0 for 1 on the power play. 13-0 is the shots so far after one period. WA having difficulty penetrating the zone and getting any zone time or shots on goal. Blocked by the Victoria defense. Sticks lifted, stick on puck. Really good defensive zone structure for Victoria. WA finding a difficult time penetrating. Meanwhile, in the offensive zone, Victoria moves the puck around well, seems to beat the WA team to the puck, and even when the WA team gets to the puck first, they're there to get stick on puck and caused the turnover. Several times WA had difficulties getting it out of the zone just because Victoria has been so good stick on puck and blocking pucks and keeping them in the zone. So we'll see what happens in the second period, if there's any adjustments made by WA, and if they're able to overcome the forecheck of the Victorian side. 20 seconds to go in the brief break. As we get ready for the start of this second period, Victoria ready to go. In goal for Victoria, Kobe Smith. He's yet to see a lot of action. 34, Anderson Magro. From what I'm told through the grapevine, is used to seeing lots of shots on goal. New WA, that's Poe. He gains the blue line, takes it to the slot, loses control of it. Back comes Victoria. Up onto the skates and stick. Good stick by WA. Back into the high slot, scores! Good stick by the WA defense to knock the puck back into the high slot. But picking it up at the blue line and firing it high over the shoulder of Magro, screened in front, number 16, with the goal, Archie Robertson. And no WA player there in support to pick up Robertson as he crossed the blue line, and he buries it. And I think that'll be an unassisted goal as the puck was knocked back to him by the WA defender. Off the draw. Kuchergin, he comes in over the line, gets the puck to the front of the net, loose, into the pads of Magro, loose again, and blowing it down is referee Luke Power as he lost sight of the puck, and it bounces back to the blue line. One nothing the score. 14:31 to go. An early goal in this second period by Victoria on the rush. Face-off win by Victoria in the zone. Robertson back looking for more. WA out of the zone it goes. Up to number 23 or 13, I believe that is. George Pecchino. Fire to the net, loose for a brief moment. Going hard to the net, Elijah Wu looking for that rebound. None given by Smith. I think that's the first official shot on goal for WA of the game. Victoria just getting organized and in the right position for the face-off. Back to the blue line, picked off. Almost break away is the Victoria player. Again, good sticks on puck to keep that puck in the zone. That's Freeman. He stops it again. Kicked up onto the stick, and out comes WA at the blue line, breaking down the left side. 3 Victoria players on him. Picked up and wrapped down the boards. It's rolling. Won't go for icing. Pecchino. He picks it up. Back he comes over the blue line. Makes a move. Gets it back to the front of the net. Tries the high shot. It can't get it to go. Pecchino takes a bit of a bump in the corner. Back to the front of the net. Player knocked down. Fire to the net. It's loose. Sits on the side of the goal. And Smith smothers it for a stoppage. That's the most action we've had in the Victoria end for Team WA so far in this game, as they've bounced back from that goal, trying to get equalized. 13:15 to go in the period. Face off to the left of Smith. Won by Victoria, back into the corner. Number 5 chips it off the glass to the blue line. Kicked back in by Bowers. And as Bavin picks it up and pulls it back into the zone, he's offside. Bavin in for the draw, up against number 37 for Victoria. The captain over the blue line, cuts through the middle, can't get it, take it with him. Back to the blue line. Oh, a deflection off the side of the net by number 68. Or number 80, that is. 85 or 88, Enzo Bonato. That had a chance right into the chest pad of Magro. Face off to the left. Warning to WA on the infraction on the face off. Back to the blue line. Kept in, number 37. He gets it across the crease, blocked. Back to the slot, to the side of the net. Bonato, he gets it back to the front of the net, looking for the deflection. Fired wide of the net, just out of the reach of the glove of Magro. Behind the goal it goes. Bonato tries to move it forward, out to the blue line, picked off by WA. Back down the ice they go, over the blue line, and just offside, backing into the zone, is the alternate captain for WA. Offside is the call. 12:13 to go in the second period. Face off one. Victoria, they get it out into the neutral zone. Picked off again by Victoria as WA tried to advance it, couldn't get it. Back it comes to the blue line, not out. Trying to make a move. Dumped back into the zone. Behind the goal. Reversing. Tries to get it to the front of the net, does. Just wide. As that puck was right on the stick of the Victoria player. Fired down the ice. It looks like it's going to go right on goal, and it does. Stoppage. No change allowed for Victoria as Smith stops it and freezes it because it's shot from all the way down the ice outside the, I don't know whether it's the blue line or the red line, that's the marker. The goaltender must make an effort to play the puck. Otherwise, Victoria is not allowed to change. Fired behind the goal. 11:34 to go. On the half boards, Victoria makes the long stretch pass. Intercepted by number 55. Back into the zone. Have to tag up a temporary delay of game. Or a delayed offside, I should say. Behind the goal comes WA, that's Lou. He cuts through the middle of the ice, down over the red line, winds up, toe drag net move, takes a big hit after he releases, and back to the box. Victoria will go, and I believe that's number 23. It is number 23, Kajurgan.
2-minute minor charging.
He'll get 2 for charging as he made good contact after the shot. Face-off will come back into the Victoria zone. WA on the power play. Victoria, scramble draw in the skates, fired up onto the half boards. Out they come, looking for that attack opportunity on the penalty kill. Tried to get it to the front of the net, off the skates. Back comes WA. Long pass. That goes up the wing to number 9, I believe that is. Gets it back to the front of the net. Good stick by Victoria. They fired around the boards to the blue line. Kept in at the blue line. Circling around over to Liu, gets it behind the net, deflection, back to the front of the net, looking for that loose puck, gets it there, and it's loose. And Victoria grab it, that's Bonato, and he fires it down the ice. It stops on the face-off dot. Back for it, number 55, Harrison Buderick, behind the goal. Up onto the blue line, missed the pass. That's number 9, Corbin Barber. Fired back into the WA zone. Williams, he's battling with the Victoria player. Tries to shovel it out of the zone. Back into the zone. Out it comes. WA with the stretch pass up the middle. Over the blue line, but unfortunately for WA, fortunately for Victoria, the puck's picked up by Williams in the offside position and called for offside. 32 seconds left to go. Back at 9:04. 9:36 left in the period. Won by Victoria, chipped ahead. Back to the middle of the ice. Freeman, he gets it and fires it down in the zone. Back for it is WA. Lou, he picks it up behind the goal. Beats his man. Comes back up the middle of the ice. Flips it up high over the stick of the Victoria player. Into the zone it goes. Freeman, he chips it. Doesn't get it out. Tries to get the puck past the Victoria player. Down he comes on the mini break. And that'll do it for the power play. As back onto the ice, Kachurgan up to 36. Huang back into the zone. Chipped out. Freeman, he gets it. Can't get it deep. Liu fires it on the backhand down the ice. Giles picks it up in his own zone just inside the blue line. Lou can't pick it up. Over the line comes Freeman. He drops it back to Robertson. Up onto the wing. That's to number 66, Wang. Tries to get it across to Lou. Off his stick as he tries to take it with one hand on the stick. Back into the zone. Number 16 takes the shot. Right into the chest protector of the goaltender for a stoppage deep in the WA zone. 8:22 to go in the second period. 17-5 shots on goal in favor of Victoria. 1-0 the score as they successfully killed that one off. Face-off win by Victoria. They attack the net, take it behind to the front. Gets back to the blue line. Weak shot. That gets missed. Bounces high. Picked off. Farrell gets it. Bavin tries to get it out, or Wu tries to get it over the blue line and chase after it. But again, good block by Victoria at the blue line. They're blocking off that lane along the wall very effectively. Back to the middle of the ice, into the slot, tries to get it across and high, and that bounces back onto Magro's pads, smothers it for a stoppage. Both teams go for changes. Franklin, Yao, Bavin, Williams, and Buderick on the ice. Number 7, Gargano. 13, Wishart. Down comes WA, down the right side. Number 6 takes the shot, loose for a second. Still loose as WA can't get their sticks on it. Victoria, they're trying to get control of it, and they'll take a hit. They'll take a penalty. WA will, as he knocks his man into the boards. And Victoria will go to the power play with 7:26 to go in the period. That's number 7, Bavin, to the box. Wes Bavin will go for 2 or less.
7 yellow, 2-minute minor, illegal body contact.
So illegal body contact, minor penalty for 2 minutes or less. Victoria on the power play. They've looked dangerous, even strength, and on the penalty kill. Be interesting to see what WA can do as they fire it down the ice. Chase after it. That's Lou. He's after it up against Kuchergin. Almost dislodges the puck from Kuchergin. Back he comes. Lou takes the bump as Kuchergin puts the shoulder down into him. Over the blue line, into the WA zone. Deep behind the goal. Back into the corner. That's number 17 for WA. Reverses, fires it around the boards to the blue line, but not out. Fired wide. That was contact at the blue line. Down the ice it goes. As after it, Kuchergin, he makes a feint towards Lou. Up to the blue line, outside the zone. That's Sandy, picks it up. Over the blue line, into the zone. Takes the shot. That's wide. Rebound comes out behind the goal. Back to the blue line. That's kept in at the blue line. Bonato over onto the point. Fired, deflected. Puck is loose behind the goal. Brought back to the front of the net. Number 77 chips it into the zone. Back behind the goal. Victoria moving the puck around, intercepted, and out comes WA, and they fire it down the ice. 10 seconds to go in this power play. Couple opportunities for Victoria, but WA successfully killing it off. Back into the zone. Kuchergin gets the shot. That's deflected off the stick of the WA defenseman. Into the corner, back to the point. Back into the corner. Misses the skate. Kuchergin takes the shot. That rebound is there. Backhanded right into the glove of Magro by number 32 for Victoria, Jackie Kai. Or Jacques Kai, excuse me. Not a Jackie, a Jacques. Face-off win by WA. They push it ahead. Victoria, though, get control of it. Freeman dumps it back in. Rimmed around the boards. Over to the far wing. That's Dillon. He picks it up. Back to the blue line. D to D. Oh, and just missing the puck. Deflecting it out of the zone and going in on alone was number 66, Wang. Behind the goal. WA desperately trying to get it out of the zone. Number 77, he gets control of it, chips it to the blue line, and it does get out. Back into the zone. Chip forward. Down comes number 66. Timothy Wang over the blue line. Bounces off his shin pads. Back to the front of the net. Little toe drag move from number 77. Can't get it to go through. Victoria dump it out to the blue line. Poe in pursuit. Picks it up back to the D. That's number 77. Gets it up onto the wing to Wang. Wang chips it past his man. Dillon, he can't get control of it. Robertson fires it into the zone. Bowers back behind the net. Up onto the wing to Bavin. Bavin picks it up. He circles around in his own zone. Getting up some speed. Down the middle of the ice. Over the blue line. He overskates it but kicks it up onto his skate. Takes it into the corner. And rimmed back around the boards by Victoria. 3:39 to go. Chipped out of the zone. Back into the zone. Wishart. Then she goes for a change. Picked up behind the goal. Chipped up to the blue line. But can't get it out of the zone again. Mounted high. Picked up by number 71. He fires it down the ice. Looking for number 8, who slows down and can't catch up to that puck. Beaten out, and icing is the call. 3:15 to go in the period. 20-7, the shots on goal. 1-0 the score for Victoria. Face off to the left of Magro. Won by WA, chipped out but kept in as Gargano, he gets his stick on it. Back to the middle of the ice, scores! As again, WA couldn't get that puck out of the zone. Giveaway onto the half boards, right out into the middle of the ice. And number 86, I believe that is. 96. For Victoria, Jack Zhang buries the puck low just above the pads of Magro for a 2-0 lead. WA goes for changes. Farrell on, Huang on. Bavin taking the draw. Oh, Liu, sorry. Hugh. Back into the zone, picked off by WA. They can't get it out. Victoria trying to get it out. Hugh, number 11, takes it over the blue line. Back to the middle of the ice. Fired back into the zone. 2:44 to go in the period. WA and Victoria player collide at the blue line. Out comes Victoria. Back down the ice. Delay at the blue line. Good play not to go offside by Gargano. Back to the blue line. Fired off the blocker. Bouncing. And WA fire it down the ice. That'll go for icing. And that'll do it. 2:17 to go in the period. Ice in the call. Back into the WA zone. As they clear it in desperation. Even this snowy ice near the end of the second period can't slow it down. Face-off win by Victoria. Can't get the shot on goal. WA, they chip it out. Can't get it out of the zone, and now it is down the ice to the neutral zone. Kachurgan gets it up to the wing to Bernardo, number 88. He goes in, battling against his man. A strong move to the front of the net, just wide. Chipped up onto the half boards. Out comes WA. Trying to get it out of the zone. They do finally. 27 circles around into the zone. Bernardo, he can't get it past the stick of the WA defense. Back to the blue line. Back in deep it goes, behind the goal. Bernardo after it. Picked off by WA, out to the blue line. That's number... Fired in deep by McNamara, I believe that was. Victoria back into the zone. Farrell gets it off the boards to the blue line. Victoria just fires it on goal. It's loose. And Magro jumps on it for a stoppage. 1 minute and 2 seconds to go in the period. Face-off win by Victoria. They take it to the front of the net. Good stick by WA on the defense. Out to the blue line. Fired right back in. WA back up onto the wing. Number 13, he catches up to it, and he does get control of it to the blue line and out. Back comes number 66 for WA. Get it into the zone, off the pads. Bit of an opportunity here for WA. Liu, he gets it fired towards the net. That goes wide. Back into the corner. Back to the blue line. Bowers takes the shot. Barber scores! Number 9, Barber, the alternate captain from the blue line, just fires it towards the goal. That brings WA back to within 1 with 23 seconds to go in the second period. We'll see if that fires them up. And equally, if Victoria reacts and responds and comes back to restore the 2-goal deficit against WA. 2-1 the score. 23 seconds to go in this second period. That changes things a bit as WA gets it into the zone, crosses the blue line, 20 seconds to go, onto the half boards. Victoria tries to get it out. WA to the middle of the ice, picked off. Back comes the captain. He fires it on goal off the pads of the goaltender, Magro. Back into the zone it goes. Kuchergin, he gets it behind the net as the horn sounds, and we'll see the end of the second period. Score 2-1 for Victoria, but a late charge by WA and a good goal into the top corner from the blue line by the alternate captain as the goaltenders again bump fists coming off the ice. Nice sign of sportsmanship. Love to see it in the game. As Victoria makes their way to the dressing room. We'll take a brief break while the ice is cut. We'll come back in about 15 minutes with what will prove to be a very exciting third period between these two evenly matched sides. Victoria dominating on the shot count and on getting those sticks on pucks and getting turnovers. So we'll be back at the start of the third with some statistical updates and the puck drop for Cass Edwards and Riley Langell. This is Chris Langell. We'll see you then. Welcome, hockey fans, back to Cockburn Ice Arena. This is Chris Langell bringing you play-by-play of this exciting contest for the Phil Ginsberg National Under-13 Championship between WA and Victoria. WA getting a late goal to make it 2-1 for Victoria. Victoria dominating most of the shot count, 24-8 on shots in that second period. Victoria back on the attack in the third. Getting it deep of the WA zone. Back into the slot. Picked off by WA. Out they come. That's number 13 looking for the long pass. Up to Poe. Poe takes it over the blue line. Back out over the blue line it comes. She can't control it. Back into the zone. Chipped into the neutral zone. Victoria, they're trying to get control of it. To the front of the net. That's number 8 with it. Gets it to Freeman. Number 4. Back to the blue line. Poe, he chips it out. Down comes WA. They've got a 2-on-1. Lou, he gets it over to number 9. Back to the front of the net. Lou, he can't bury it. Good save by the young goaltender. Kobe Smith gets the pad down on that. As WA had an opportunity for a breakout. Looks like they're putting guys high to try and get that cherry-picked goal and break out faster to get in behind the Victoria defense. And they go in 2-on-1. Face-off comes back to the left. Three goals in that second period. Robertson unassisted at 14:43 to give Victoria the 1-0 lead. Then Zhang unassisted. 3:07, 2-0 for Victoria. And then Barber from Wang and Williams for WA to make it 2-1 as the puck back into the Victoria zone. 11-8 shots on goal, so a bit more even as WA picked up the pace in that second period. Two-period total of 24-8. So no shots on goal in the first period for WA. Back they come over the blue line into the corner. Behind the goal, setting it up, intercepted. Back to the front of the net. Oh, that deflects off the skate back behind the line. Back into the zone. Williams. He can't get it. It deflects off the pads. Back comes Bonato. He chips it past his man, Zhang, and chases after it. Gets it to the front of the net. Off the skate, or off the stick of the Victoria player. Back comes WA on the rush with some speed. Over the blue line. That's number 8. Stick by. Scores on the backhand. As number 8, Rowan McNamara, crosses the blue line. Cuts to the net, gets the backhand away, and buries it far corner low past the goaltender to make the score 2-all and tie this one up. That was Williams, sorry. Kai Williams comes past the boards first, but I thought it was McNamara. And here we got the goal net cam view of things. And it was number 6, Kai Williams, the alternate captain, not McNamara, that buries that puck to tie this game. That backhand shot is the most difficult shot in hockey to stop. Very deceptive. We saw that on a couple of occasions. Over the blue line, onside. WA on the attack again. It's amazing what a goal will do for a team. Victoria, they're back on attack. 3-on-2. WA desperate on the back check. Picked off to the blue line. Just out over the blue line. Back in it goes. Chipped out to the center of the ice. Victoria, number 37, comes back in. Marcus Sand, the captain, takes it wide, fires it into the glove. Oh, that goes off the glove of Magro. And Anderson Magro has to be careful as the puck bounced down loose for a brief second. giving the Victoria player an opportunity to get the rebound, but he smothered it for the stoppage. Back to the blue line. One-time shot on goal off the pads. Magro had to be careful on that one. Fired to the front of the net. Another great save as a one-time shot in front by the Victoria forward. That's number 6. Back to the front of the net. Chipped over the stick of the Victoria defense who was pinching in. Back into the corner. Fired and blocked. Number 9 now chips it out over the blue line. Up against number 23, Kuchergin. Into the middle of the ice. Poe, he can't stop it. Stick gets lifted by Lou. No penalty on the play as he got it up into the hands. Back into the zone. Victoria comes. On the half boards, the captain gets it back to the blue line. Kept in by number 77 for Victoria. Rosa intercepted. Back comes WA. They fire down the ice off the back of Barber. Can't catch up to it. Kuchergin back over the blue line. He goes in. Cuts back to the middle. Good stick by number 13 for WA. Back into the corner. Back to the blue line. Fired high into the glove. Kicked out of the crease. And a high sticking call. Puck contacted with the high stick by the Victoria player. And the face-off will come out outside the WA zone. So Victoria with a pushback after that tying goal by WA. WA still having difficulties getting the puck out of their zone. Number 17, Wu, tries to push it forward. Can't get it. Back into the zone. Number 7, he gets it on goal. And Magro stops it for a face-off in the zone. Victoria wins it. Behind the net, to the front of the net. Just missing number 7, Gargano. Puck goes behind the net. Back to the blue line. Wrist shot blocked by WA. They fire it down the ice. Puck is loose. Back for it is number 81. He beats out the forecheck of Wayne Yao. Trying to catch up to that puck, and it'll come back for icing. Face off back to the right of the WA goal. One back to the blue line. D to D. Can't get control of it. Fired behind the net. That's Borg with it. Picked up off the stick of the Victoria player in the corner. Back into the corner to the front of the net. Intercepted. Out comes WA. We'll see if they can get out of the zone. They don't. Knocked back in by the Victoria player. Backhand weak. Fired wide of the net. Victoria beating WA to pucks now. That tying goal has re-energized them. Borg fans on that shot, trying to get it deep, but picked off. Number 96 takes the shot off the glove of Magro and fired down the ice. That won't have enough to go for icing. Back for it is Borg. Wu in pursuit. Victoria goes for a change. Up the boards that goes, down the ice, and that's going to go, no, number 8 beats that one out for icing. Out to the front of the net, intercepted by WA. Picked up again by Victoria, intercepted, and down the ice that goes. Off the far boards, again, enough taken off that puck so it doesn't go for icing. Back up the middle of the ice. That's number 5, Giles. He puts the backhand up onto the wing to number 8. Into the front of the net. Off the pad. A good save by the goaltender as he gets the pad down. Back into the point it goes. Fired back behind the net. To the front of the net. Off the skate. Number 8. He takes it down. Victoria pressing here, looking for that go-ahead goal. In behind the goal it goes. Number 61 for WA chops at it, gets it loose. He picks it up in the corner, and out he comes. Again, looking to break out of that play. It goes off the skate, back down the ice it goes. That's Williams after it, and he gets beaten out for the icing. And back it'll come into the WA zone. Some tired bodies out there for WA as Victoria sends new players out onto the ice. Number 32, Jacques Kai. 16, Archie Robertson. 17 on the draw. 37 on the draw, I believe that is. Marcus Sand, the captain, get the draw back to WA, to the blue line. That's Rosa, keeps it in. Fired around the boards in pursuit. Robertson can't catch up to it. WA trying to get it onto their sticks. Comes to the front of the net, bounces to the goaltender, and that'll go for a stoppage, and WA will be able to make a change. 7:31 to go in this third period. 2-all the score. Victoria out shooting WA 30-10. Looks like we might be looking at a goaltending change as number 86 for Victoria has the mask on, grabs his stick. Julian Baumgartner to the front of the net. Oh, that goes wide. Victoria pressing now. Back into the corner it goes. Back behind the net to the front of the net, just missing his man. WA, they get it out. Bound down the ice with speed. Number 72 takes the shot. Oh, and a blocker save by Smith on the partial breakaway by the WA player. Back down the ice it goes. No icing. Back for it is number 71. Gets it to the blue line, not out. To the middle of the ice, chipped up to the blue line again. Back comes WA, that's number 13. He gets it over the line into the zone. Picked up by number, that's 23, Kuchergin. Up onto the wing to 37, 20. He goes over the blue line, has his stick lifted, fires the puck right into the glove of the goaltender. We'll see what happens here. Doser goes on the ice along with Zhang. Gargano on the forward line. Baumgartner sits down. Maybe not going into the goal. Maybe just being prepared. Back comes WA. Breakout down the left side. Number 77, Poe. He gets the backhand sauce pass over to number 9. He can't get it to go. Back comes Victoria. End-to-end action here. Over the line, I believe that's number 96, Zhang. Back comes WA. Over the blue line, that's number 13, Pekino. To the front of the net, back comes Victoria. Kuchergin, he loses control of the puck. Onto the wing, number 85, he cuts back to the blue line, and out it comes. Back comes WA. Teams exchanging rush opportunities into the zone. Kept in by WA. Onto the half boards. Chipped out of the zone. Back comes Zhang. He crosses the WA blue line. Takes the shot. Winds up wide. WA, they chip it to the blue line. Out it comes. That's number 13, Pekine. No. He goes in, takes the shot. Oh, and that has a chance as it hits the stick of the goaltender Smith and bounces over the net. Pekino goes back for a change. Back comes number 23 for Victoria. Kuchergin, he puts it on net. Back comes WA. 4:49 to go at the blue line. Over the blue line, over into the zone. Victoria on net. That puck sits there. Oh, that almost gets knocked into the goal by their own player. Back comes Victoria. Number 88, Bonato, over the blue line. Gets it across, misses his man. Back comes number 6 for WA. Gets it up to number 7. Over the blue line. gets the puck to 96 or 66. Wang behind the goal. This is action, folks. It's both teams trying to get that go-ahead goal. 4:12 to go in the period. Back into the WA zone. Up onto the wing to Wang. Wang takes it to the middle of the ice. Crosses the blue line. His pocket gets picked. Back comes Victoria. Williams. He lifts the stick. Back into the center of the ice. Over the blue line. Bavin. He gets hauled down. Looks like we're going to have a delayed call against Victoria. Wow, frantic action, folks. Bavin over the blue line, gets the feet pulled out from underneath the hem, and a late penalty to Victoria. That's number 4 coming to the box as he gets his stick.
2 minutes tripping.
2 minutes for tripping. That's Freeman, who's had a great game. Unfortunate as the stick just slid underneath the skate of Bavin. And he'll take 2 or less for tripping. WA on the power play. Of course, Victoria has dominated even on the penalty kill, getting control of the puck. So we'll see what WA can do here. Puck ripped around the blue boards to Lou. He takes a shot, walks in, shoots. Oh, and that goes just wide. 3:29 to go, 3:28 to go. Into the corner, fired to the blue line, not out. Back for it is number 28. He gets it to the front of the net. Stolen. Number 20 scores! On the power play. WA, that's number 27. Or 77, Ezra Poe. He gets that cross-crease pass and buries the power play goal. Unfortunate for Victoria. I'm sure Freeman feels gutted, but hey, there's 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go in this game. Anything can happen, as we've just seen. End-to-end action before that penalty. Face-off at center ice. 3-2 WA here in the third period. Just getting the puck at center ice, down on goal. That puck goes, stopped by the goaltender, into the corner. Victoria, they're setting up. Into the zone. Poe, he gets it over to number 13, over the blue line. To the front of the net. That puck sits there for a brief moment. Back to the blue line. Oh, Franklin just fails to keep it in. Back comes Victoria. Offside as number 6, a bit too anxious. He gets over the line before the puck. Definitely an offside. Good call by the linesman. That goal, Poe from Barber and Pacino. Power play goal at 3:16 to go. Big comeback here by WA. We'll see if they can hold it to the bench. Smith for an extra attacker. Victoria taking the chance early, fires it into the pads of the goaltender, Magro, for a face-off inside the WA zone. 33-14, the shots on goal. Face-off win by Victoria. WA steals it, gets control of it, fires it down the ice. That's going to go wide. Empty net, extra attacker. Timeout, Victoria, as they'll set up a play with the net empty and an icing call. The benefit to WA in that situation is they'll get a rest, but they'll have to send the same players back out onto the ice. 30-second timeout. I got so excited on that goal that I didn't even look at the replay, which I'm sure Cassandra had for me teed up and ready to go. I just like good, exciting hockey action. Both teams providing it here tonight. Victoria, 6 players, skaters back on the ice. WA back for the face-off, trying to protect this lead. Face-off win by Victoria, but stolen by WA. Back to the blue line, stolen at the blue line. Down on the ice, fired, center of the net by Barber. 4-2 WA, still 2:17 to go, lots of time. Lots of time for Victoria. They can't get their heads down. They can't get their heads down. Anything can happen. A quick goal. They've got the firepower, and they've been on that puck all night. Back onto the ice. Bavin Wang. Number 6, Williams, the alternate captain. On D, 55. Bedaric. Face-off win by Victoria. Won by WA. Back comes Victoria over the blue line. Can't get control of it. Chipped out to the blue line. Not out. That's out over the blue line. Fired on net wide. Delayed offside. Down the ice it goes. Picked off at the blue line. Freeman has a chance. Can't get it in deep, and he does fire it into the corner. Looking to pick it up. Oh, big hit. And a big hit in the corner by the Victoria player on the WA player. He'll go to the box. That's the alternate captain, number 88, Bonato. He'll go to the box for body checking, possibly charging, I'm not sure. 2 penalties to Victoria. Also in the box, number 8. Not sure whether a WA player will go to the box or not. I don't think so. 1:42 to go in the period. Face off in the Victoria zone. Yes, it'll be a 5-on-3. Didn't get those penalties, but I'm sure they'll come up on esports right away, as the referees forgot to announce them. 4-2 the score. That empty net goal by Barber, unassisted. Into the corner it goes. Back to the blue line. Fire to the net. Wide. In behind the net. Victoria, they get it out to the blue line. Not out. WA back into the zone. Kept in again. Into the corner on the half boards. 1:19 to go. That goes wide. To the blue line. Back comes Victoria. That's Robertson. He's in a race with number 61 of WA. Can't catch up to it. Out to the blue line, but not out. 55 for it. Buderick. He rips it off the boards. Victoria putting some pressure on, trying to get at least one goal. 51 seconds to go in the period. Behind the goal, a battle for it. 2 Victoria players deep. Back come WA, 2-on-1. Down the right-hand side, passed over to 66. And the alternate captain, Williams, passed it behind him. So that penalty to Dylan, number 8, for charging is up on eSports desk, but not the other penalty to number 88, Bonato. Face-off won by WA into the zone. Back comes the number 23, their big gun. Takes it to the net. To the side of the net, gets it to the front, looking for a deflection. Scores on the wraparound. That should make it interesting with 18 seconds to go. Not sure they've got enough time, but certainly they have the horses. Kochurgan, he gets that one on the wraparound. 4-3 now. That empty net goal now critical for WA. And Victoria will be attacking again. Face-off win by WA. Into the zone. On to the goal. Stopped for a face-off in the zone. Pequeno with the shot. Right on goal. Face-off. to the left of the goaltender. Victoria cheating a bit on the draw. Back to the blue line. That's number 23 again. Back into the zone he comes. Breaking to the net. Takes the shot off the pads of Magro. And he freezes it for a stoppage. Oh, and a big hit by the number 23, Kuchergin. And he'll go to the box. That was late from behind. And he'll go to the box. Oh, two players to the box. Kuchergin and the captain, Sandy. The referee's discussing what's going to happen. But 37 is out of the game. Or just out of the box, I'm not sure. Out of the box.
23 blue, 2 minutes charging.
Just the one penalty to Kuchergin. 2 minutes for charging. The faceoff will come back into the Victoria zone, and that should do it with 2 seconds left on the clock. Face-off win by WA, tied up. And WA comes all the way back from a 2-0 deficit to win this game 4-3. What an exciting finish. Dejected Victoria squad. But they should be proud of at least the way they played. Other than that last little bit of action, unnecessary. But hey, frustrations and emotions get into the game, and those things happen. Looking forward to a great second game between these two squads as Magro gets to the front of the line. And hey, but back to shake hands, the traditional handshake line. Kobe Smith to the front of the line along with Magro. And they finish it up in style all the way back. WA with 4 goals before Victoria gets that wraparound goal. And then late penalties to Victoria sealed the deal. Kuchergin for charging with 2 seconds left. Bonato roughing 142 and Dillon charging at 142. That late goal, Kuchergin unassisted as he took the puck down the ice shorthanded behind the goal, wrapped it around into the goal. Barber with the winning goal. Final shots on goal, 12-9 in that third period for a 3-period total, 36-17. WA outshot in that first period, 13-0. And then came back and evened up the game. Still, Victoria had their pucks, the sticks in the lane awful lot, and gave WA fits getting that puck out of the zone. Western Australia 1 for 6 on the power play. Victoria 0 for 1. And with that, we've got one more game on tonight's programs. The TANS game between WA and Victoria. These same two states against each other for the TANS, and with that we'll wrap it up, and we'll be back for that game. Scheduled for 7:15, but I think we're well past that now at 7:30. A bit of a late start, but we'll bring that game to you in its entirety. For Cass Edwards and Riley Langell, this is Chris Langell. We'll see you then.